There's a silent crisis spreading quietly across the world, one that affects millions of men, but is rarely spoken about openly. It doesn't make headlines, and it's not discussed in casual conversations. Yet its impact is deeply personal, physical, and emotional. This crisis is about men's health, more specifically, the health of a small gland that carries enormous importance, the prostate. For too long, men have suffered in silence, dismissing symptoms, avoiding discussions, and assuming that discomfort, weak flow, or sleepless nights from constant trips to the bathroom are just a part of getting older. But this belief couldn't be further from the truth. Aging is natural. Suffering is not. The truth is, your prostate health determines far more than how often you visit the restroom. It affects your energy, your confidence, your hormones, and your overall quality of life. After decades of working with men across all ages, one thing becomes clear. The earlier you begin to understand your prostate and care for it, the more freedom you preserve in your later years. And if you're already past 60, it's never too late to turn things around. Because the research today shows something remarkable. The prostate can heal. It can be supported, strengthened, and even rejuvenated through consistent daily habits. To understand why these habits matter so much, we must first understand the prostate itself. It's a small, walnut-sized gland located just below the bladder, wrapped around the urethra. Its main job is to produce the fluid that nourishes and transports sperm, but its influence goes far beyond reproduction. It affects urinary flow, hormone balance, and the comfort of your entire lower pelvic region. In your 20s and 30s, the prostate works silently and efficiently, and most men don't even think about it. But as you reach your 50s and 60s, changes begin to appear. The gland starts to enlarge in a process known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. This isn't cancer, but it can feel just as intrusive. You start noticing symptoms: difficulty starting urination, a weak stream, the constant urge to go again even after finishing, and the dreaded nighttime awakenings that steal your rest. According to the National Institutes of Health, more than half of men in their 50s already show signs of prostate enlargement. By age 70, that number climbs to over 80%. But here's where things get interesting. These changes aren't entirely unavoidable. New research reveals that inflammation, circulation, and hormonal imbalances play massive roles in how your prostate behaves. And lifestyle choices. Let's start with something most men take for granted: hydration. The way you drink water each day has a direct effect on your prostate's health. Many older adults simply don't feel thirsty as often. They go long stretches without drinking and only reach for water when their body is already dehydrated. When that happens, urine becomes concentrated and acidic, irritating the bladder and surrounding tissue. This leads to more inflammation, which in turn worsens prostate swelling and increases nighttime urination. A fascinating study published in the Journal of Urology followed over 2,000 men above the age of 60. It found that those who maintained steady hydration earlier in the day, while reducing fluids later in the evening, experienced up to 41% fewer nighttime bathroom trips. The logic is simple. Hydrate your body properly, flush out toxins during the day, and give your bladder a rest at night. So, build a rhythm. Start your morning with water. Sip gradually throughout the day, not all at once. Aim for 6 to 8 cups depending on your size and activity level. Then slow down in the evening. This isn't just about hydration. It's about restoring your body's flow, reducing irritation, and letting your prostate breathe. Another underestimated factor in prostate health is movement. Not extreme workouts or hours in the gym. Simply walking. A gentle 15-minute walk after lunch or dinner can transform how your body manages blood flow and inflammation. Research from the University of São Paulo showed that older men who walked regularly after meals had up to 35% fewer moderate or severe prostate symptoms compared to those who stayed sedentary. Why does this work? Walking increases circulation to the pelvic region, improving oxygen delivery and nutrient supply to the prostate. It also stabilizes blood sugar and insulin levels, which are closely tied to inflammation. When blood sugar spikes frequently, inflammation rises, and your prostate feels the effect. Gentle movement after meals calms the system, lowers stress hormones, and keeps the pelvic area active. Now let's talk about a topic many men avoid out of embarrassment: sexual activity. But here's the truth. Your body depends on regular release to keep your prostate healthy. When you ejaculate, your prostate clears out built-up fluids, dead cells, and inflammatory compounds that can accumulate over time. Skipping this natural process too often can cause congestion, leading to or even infection. One of the largest studies on this subject, published in European Urology, followed more than 30,000 men over 18 years. The results were striking. Men who ejaculated 21 or more times per month had a 33% lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who did so less often. The reason is biological. The prostate stays active, clean, and well oxygenated when it's regularly emptied. Beyond physical benefits, sexual activity also boosts pelvic blood flow, balances hormones, and lowers stress. And stress, as science continues to show, is one of the most overlooked triggers of prostate inflammation. So if you're healthy and capable, regular intimacy, whether alone or with a partner, is not indulgence. It's part of preventive care. Nutrition is another cornerstone of prostate health. Every bite you take either feeds inflammation or fights it. Let's start with one of the most powerful natural compounds known to support the prostate, lycopene. This antioxidant gives tomatoes, watermelon, and guava their red color. When tomatoes are cooked, especially with olive oil, lycopene becomes more bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs it more efficiently. Studies published in the International Journal of Cancer show that men who consumed cooked tomato products twice a week had a 28% lower risk of developing prostate cancer. Equally important is zinc, a mineral concentrated in pumpkin seeds, oysters, and nuts. Zinc is vital for maintaining testosterone balance and ensuring the structural integrity of the prostate. Without enough zinc, the gland becomes more vulnerable to inflammation and hormonal disruption. Then there are cruciferous vegetables: broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and Brussels sprouts. These are nature's detoxifiers. They contain sulforaphane, a compound that helps neutralize harmful toxins and supports DNA repair within cells. In simpler terms, these vegetables clean up the damage caused by stress, poor diet, or aging. So what should your plate look like? Think of color and balance. Lean proteins, plenty of vegetables, healthy fats like olive oil and avocados, and minimal processed foods. Food in this context isn't just fuel, it's medicine, natural, delicious, and life-extending. But even with the best diet, one thing can undo it all: poor sleep. Sleep isn't rest, it's your body's repair mechanism. During deep sleep, the body produces melatonin and growth hormone, two compounds that reduce inflammation and promote